Hello, my name is Valeria Oñate. I will talk about the feeding of a schistosoma. Definition: a severe endemic disease of humans in Africa and parts of Asia and South America that is contracted when cercarally released into fresh waters such as rivers by a snail intermediary host penetrate the skin and that is marked especially by blood loss and tissue damage. Applications in medicine. Clinical assessment of a particular disease generally comprises two approaches: diagnostic and screening tests. A diagnostic test is used to determine the presence or absence of a disease when a subject shows signs or symptoms of the disease. A screening test is used to identify a symptomatic individual who may have the disease, such as in community-based screening. Diagnostic accuracy or the validity of a test reflects its ability to discriminate between a particular disease condition and the healthy status of an individual. Pros and cons. Pros: control of schistosomiasis is based on large-scale treatment of population groups at risk, access to safe water, improved sanitation, hygiene, education, and control of snails. For people living in no-endemic or low-transmission areas, serologic or immunologic tests may be helpful in determining exposure to infection and the need to frequent examination, treatment, and monitoring. Cons: the economic and health effects of schistosomiasis are considerable since it causes more disability than death. In children, it can cause anemia, growth retardation, and learning problems, although the effects are usually reversible with treatment. Chronic schistosomiasis can affect word ability and in some cases it can be fatal.
G. Schistosoma mansoni egg. Ova from stool containing viable myristidium spine at side. Eggs with lateral spines may be demonstrated microscopically in stools. Concentration methods may be required when infection is light. Proctoscopic biopsy snips of rectal mucosa reveal eggs when examined as fresh squash preparation between two slides.
Issue applied in Ecuador. According to the latest published World Health Organization data from 2017, deaths caused by schistosomiasis in Ecuador have reached 0% of all deaths. The mortality rate by age 0 per 100,000 population. Ecuador occupies the 183 places in the world. Conclusion. In conclusion, control of schistosomiasis is not an easy task. Even after successful treatment, reinfestation easily takes place in the most endemic areas unless transmission is cut off somewhere between the intermediary hosts and the final hosts in the life cycle of the parasites.
It's a tiny parasite that sets up home inside people's bodies and makes them feel very sick. The illness it causes has a very long name, schistosomiasis. Schistosomiasis affects millions of people all over the world, but scientists at the museum are trying to help. This shape-shifting parasite has a very complicated life cycle that makes it hard to get rid of. As the parasite grows, it changes form. It can live in water, snails, and even people. The parasites start their life as eggs, living in freshwater lakes and rivers. After a few hours, they hatch into a tiny swimming form with another long name, Myristidia. The tiny Myristidia set off in search of a new home. Sniffing out a special snail, they burrow into its head or foot. Once inside the snail, they change shape again and multiply hundreds of times. When they come out of the snail, this new form is thinner and called Cercaria. The Cercaria shoot through
thousands of years, and evidence of the disease has even been found in Egyptian mummies. Schistosomiasis is also known as bilharzia, named after Theodore Bilharz, who first described the parasite in humans. It's estimated that over 200 million people around the world are infected with these parasites. In sub-Saharan Africa alone, it causes over 200,000 deaths each year. Schistosomes have a very complex and interesting life cycle involving humans, snails, and fresh water, such as lakes, ponds, and reservoirs. 5 main types of schistosomes are responsible for most human disease. They differ in their distribution, the kind of disease they cause, and the type of snails that they live in.
Thank you.